Hey guys, I am on and I don't see viewers just yet. Let's see. Since it's our first time, we may have to work out some glitches here, getting people in. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear me or not. Trying a few things here. Let's see. I'm gonna try inviting people. Let's see if that does the trick. I'm not seeing. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Sending invites to let people know that I'm live. Come on in. Let's see. I see someone in the chat box. Is that Margot? There you are. So I see Margot made it in. And I have an unknown person that says hello. Let's see. While we wait for people, there's Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Hi there.
Hi.
This is the first.
Yay, welcome. I'm trying, this is my first time using my headphones and my mic, so if you can't hear me, let me know.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get rid of some of the sound because my house is still kind of empty from moving and everything's echoing and my kids are playing, so I wanted you guys to actually be able to hear me. Oh, there you go. We have a couple people. Okay, so the way that Google Hangouts works is that whoever is making the most noise, it will switch over to you as the main video. So if you're not actively chatting, it's easiest, especially with Margot on the call, it's easiest to mute if you're not the one actively talking. That way the video stays on the person talking so that Margot can have a little easier time lip reading.
I'm sorry. Is there an option that should be on my screen?
It should be. If you kind of move across the top, there should be a little menu that shows up that gives you where you can mute the microphone or turn the camera off. I'm not sure how it works. Oh, your camera just went off. Oh, now you're muted and I can't see you. But there you are. Okay. Are you still there, Tanya? If you could type yes or something in the chat box, that would be awesome. There you are. Okay, I can see you. Cool. I'm going to go check and see if anyone else. Oh, yours isn't working, your mic. I love that, how it pops up. I can see that. Can you understand my lips, Margot, or is there a delay in the chat? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't too hard on you because I know video chats can be tough. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, I had technical issues.
Yeah, I figured there might be some of those coming into this for the first couple times here. I was telling the other ladies that on Google Hangouts, whoever's making the most noise, the camera will pan to you. I mean, you're going to be the big person on the screen. So during the training portion of it, everyone's going to have to mute so that it can stay on me. But then for question and answers, we can unmute everything and have a free-for-all. But we're going to do a Posh Night thing. I figured getting on this might take a few minutes. I'm going to give some people some time before we do it. Thanks for bringing us along in the car, Tanya. I can see you driving. Oh, let's see.
My husband's driving now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely safer. Well, hi, Tanya's husband.
Hi.
Hello. Yes, please, Margot. If you can take notes, that would be great. Because I know there are some people who can't be here, but it would be good for them to have some notes to refer to later. I'm only going to wait about 4 more minutes before we get started because I only have an hour. You found the box. Yes, there is a chat box if you have questions while everyone is muted. Or if you just don't want to talk, you can always just pop into the chat instead. I'm going to hop over to Facebook and see if anyone... Oh, there we go. Stacy. Try inviting her. She's having a hard time getting in. Oh. Here we go. Pretty much everyone on this training is new, right? Like as far as this is going to be your first real Posh Night. I mean, I think Margot was here. Margot was here for the first one, and that's right, you had just joined. I think, well, really most of our team had kind of just joined for the last one. I had no idea what all it entailed even last time, so I was too. So I was on Instagram following, and yes, Margot, that's right. Margot and Carissa were my main people posting in my group because I was driving back from the mountains and I had no reception, and having no reception on Posh Night doesn't really work very well. But this time, I'm going to actually be in Chicago for Posh Night, which is super exciting. I'm pumped for PremierCon. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and get to see some of my people I went to Italy with, so that'll be good. I think Posh Night is actually the second night of PremierCon. We get it on the 27th. PremierCon is the 28th, and then the 29th is Posh Night. And then there's the 30th of PremierCon too. But Posh Night is, I guess, pretty exciting though. Everybody seems to be buzzing and excited about being there live. And I'm excited because they do room drops there. And I'm only rooming with one other person. And that means we both get to keep all of the products that we get. So, hey, Doris.
She did it first time.
She's here. Yay.
I'm cooking.
Well, good. Keep cooking. I'm going to see is there a way that you can mute you? Oh, I can mute you. Look at that. I have so much power. I didn't even know I could do that. So I muted you. And I can unmute you. That's so cool. Margot's telling you not to blow anything up, Doris. She's so nice. Too funny. My dog wants that. I can't hear you, Doris. Let me unmute you. You're muted. Are you drinking? Don't drink and cook at the same time. You're going to burn your house down. Everybody's drinking, and I've just got my water. I feel left out of the club. All right. So I figured we would just get started. I wanted to give enough people a chance just in case they're having a hard time getting on, but I think we're good. It's 4:10. I want to get started just so that we're not on here forever. I know it's dinner time for a lot of people and all that jazz. So Not for too long. I wanted to talk about Posh Night because it's coming up and there's been a lot of chatter about that on Facebook world. Um, can you guys hear my kids, or is my headset doing a good job keeping them out? Sweet. Yeah, just a little. Woo. Okay, so the whole point of my headset is because there's so much noise in the background, and I'm trying to minimize that for you guys. Um, so Posh Night, obviously we know it's July 29th. We're super excited about it. Last time I was pretty new. Our whole team was really new. Um, so I didn't really know what to expect. I did do a Posh Night event last time that was really successful as far as sales go. And I had some of our team, like Margot and Carissa, posting updates in my group as it was being announced on Instagram and some of the live things that were coming through on Periscope. So this time I'm going to be there live, which is going to be fun. And I'm going to be broadcasting live in our team group and kind of alternating between our team group and my customer group. That way everybody kind of gets to see different things. But Posh Night is basically, for those who are watching, I think everybody on the call knows what Posh Night is, but just in case we have some people who end up watching the recording later, for those people, Posh Night is basically we're unveiling the new catalog. So it happens twice a year, and we get to see what new products come out. In the past, Posh actually did not reveal any of their product discontinuation, any hints at what they were bringing into the new catalog. There was none of that. The last time, though, right after we all joined, they actually did release a list about a week beforehand that told us what was going to be discontinued. As we know, a lot of that was really just reformulations or repackaging. Probably 30% of the items on that discontinuation list were just were completely discontinued. The other ones were more package changes and reformulations. So my guess would be that it's probably going to be similar this time. I do know that there's been some upheaval about some favorites being announced, so they're doing that differently this time too. Last time they didn't tell us this far in advance any of the products that were being discontinued, so this time they have. So we now know that Complexion Perfection is gone. They just announced today the Heebie Jeebie Foot Peel is discontinuing, and the Walk on the Beach Mister. So the Walk on the Beach Mister probably was not a huge shock for people because that's more of a seasonal item. Heebie Jeebie, for those of us who have been around, maybe aren't so shocked on that either, just because that's kind of a hit or miss product. Customers either love it and rave about it, or they are disappointed because it doesn't seem to have the drastic effect that people are expecting. I've only had a few people buy Heebie Jeebie too, so for me that hasn't been a huge seller. I think the big one people are reacting strongly to right now is Complexion Perfection, and I'm sure there will be other ones that will come out that are going to be shocking and horrifying, just like when Fresh Creamy Milk was discontinued last catalog. There are going to be those ones that are like gold to people, and we're like, why would Posh ever do that? So it's our job in this whole transition to save our shock and horror and anger and disappointment, and try to stay positive. I agree with you, Rebecca. I feel like the Complexion Perfection is an easier one to lose than BFF. I think there would be an outrage if BFF left, even more than what we're seeing with the Complexion Perfection. And I think they're similar washes. Obviously, the ingredients are different, but they're both. The Delish was a sad loss, and so was the Shine Bright Like a Diamond was a hard loss too, because those were some pretty cool products. But again, we have products that are kind of similar to that, so it makes sense that Posh would be evolving their catalog and trying to change things like that, and try to stay relevant and on top of things. It's one of the things I actually really like about Posh is that we're not going to be a product line that has the exact same product for 25 years. They really do like to stay current, fresh, what's on trend in skincare right now. It's why we're seeing a lot of caffeine and a lot of charcoal-based stuff and lava and things like that, like volcanic ash stuff coming in. That's because that's what's on trend in skincare right now. That's what's being shown to be the most effective currently. So I'm excited that our company is on top of that. I'm excited that our company wants to be changing and growing and not just doing the same thing because it's what they've always done. So, but I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of someone who likes to try a different thing and likes to try new things. But I know for some people change is really hard. So I think when it comes to this whole catalog shift and discontinuations as they're being announced, because it looks like they're going to be rolling it out kind of progressively is what it's looking like, instead of just doing one big list at the end of the month like they did last time. So of course that's a guess. I don't know anything. I have no secret insider knowledge, but that's kind of what it's looking like. So what we need to do as consultants is grieve the loss of our products, but stay positive and excited and hopeful and optimistic with our customers, because we don't want to transfer onto them our disappointment. That only damages us. That damages our business, and it's not the end of the world. It's a face wash, and Posh has shown us before that they're going to come out with super awesome products to replace those. People were so disappointed when Sweet Dreams was discontinued, but what replaced it was our Never Grow Up duo, and that's phenomenal, and it has 10 more different uses, and it's way more effective. So we just have to keep that in mind. If they're getting rid of something, it's because they're bringing in something that's even better. So we want to be able to communicate that clearly with customers. Someone was talking about how it's kind of like if there's a refried beans salesman and he has an issue with the way Taco Bell is doing something, he's not going to go on social media and be like, "Ugh, Taco Bell, they're so hard to work with. They keep doing this. They're not, blah, 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 blah." He might lose, it's going to discredit not only him and Taco Bell, but he might lose that client. That could be potentially a huge, income loss for him as a refried bean salesman. We don't want to be going onto social media and shooting ourselves in the foot by complaining about these changes or complaining about what Posh is doing. It is totally okay to be disappointed and even frustrated by change, because I think that's natural and human. But we want to make sure that we're not transferring that to our customers. And if we are having those conversations, I don't even really want it in the group page. If you want to do it in private messages, hey, have at it. But I really want to make sure we're staying super positive and excited about the changes, and that we're being as supportive of Posh as a company as they are of us. They really take care of us as consultants, and I want to make sure that we have their back too, that we're representing them well, and that when we're talking about them, not even just with customers, but even with other consultants, that we're being respectful and that we are still being really supportive of our awesome company. We work for a really, really awesome company, and as hard as change is, I want to make sure that we're staying positive. And I think for the most part, honestly, our team really has. I have seen some comments from other premier leaders, and they're just having a really hard time with their teams kind of revolting over this complexion perfection, and I feel so grateful that we don't have that. I think in general our team is just a really positive environment, and I appreciate that. It makes this a lot easier when we're going through transitions. So that's what I'm going to say about how we should be reacting and responding to the changes. Just remember that you are the reflection of Posh for your customers. So how you're interacting on social media or when you're talking to people about Posh, you're representing the brand. So make sure you're doing a good job so that they want to buy from you and that they trust Posh and that they stay excited about Posh as a brand and a company. So I think once we see the catalog launch and we see what's coming and how awesome it is, it'll all fade away anyways, and we'll be like, "Do you remember when we loved complexion perfection so much and there was that big uprising?" And we'll laugh about it because what we have then will be so awesome. So that said, I do hope that they're bringing fresh creamy milk back or something like it, because I love that stuff. Um, so for Posh Night, the catalog changeover, I think the big like housekeeping things that I wanted to talk about would be the site is going to be down on July 29th. So if you have any parties open, if you have any people wanting to stock up on things before Posh Night, make sure that they've placed those orders and that you have submitted all of those carts and parties by the evening of the 28th, because on the 29th, the site will be shut down. And if there are any carts or events left open at that time, it could cause some serious problems when you go to try to check them out afterwards. So that's just a big warning. Be sure to check that out. Another housekeeping note. If you have a lot of product and catalogs from this current spring-summer catalog, that's not a bad thing. So I think because I joined last time end of December, so I really only had a month on that catalog, and I was a little concerned myself when it switched over to this catalog, just because I had so much of the old catalog stuff. But one of our uplines, Shanae, said it, and it's so true. Like, just because it's being discontinued, it doesn't mean it stops being Posh. Like, it is still perfectly Posh. It is still an awesome representation of the brand and the quality of our products and how Posh makes things. And so even if you have a lot of product that's been discontinued, you can still sample that out. You can still share that. You can still give that as hostess gifts. You can use them as incentives for your team or for your customers. Still totally, totally good. And in fact, a lot of them gain value when they're retired, because then they become hard to find and hard to get. So it's actually a good thing sometimes when they go. So I would encourage you to remember that Posh stays Posh even after it's discontinued. So continue to share it, continue to sample it out, continue to give it away as gifts and exclusive things like that. Hi, Justine. I see you. All right, I'm going to mute you just so that we can stay on. Let me see. Oh, it won't let me mute you. There we go. I muted you. Gotcha. That's okay. You're good. So we were just talking about Posh and the catalog change, and if you have a bunch of stuff that's from this catalog, that's okay. It's still Posh. It's still the quality of our products. It's still representing our brand. So keep sharing it, keep sampling it, give it away as hostess gifts, all of that. You want to still, like, you're not going to be losing money just because you have a ton of this catalog's product. So be sure that you're still sharing that. I see someone else. Hi, Ginger. Actually, it says Rob, but I know it's you, Ginger. Hi. I'm going to mute you too, if I can. There we go. So keep sharing those samples. Keep doing that. If you have a lot of catalogs that are available, you can still use those too. They won't have all of the current product. If you ordered a transition kit, you are going to get a stack of catalogs from that. If you qualify this month, Posh is going to send you a stack of catalogs for that. So we should be getting new catalogs too. But if you have a bunch of old ones, don't waste them. You can still use them even at vendor events, live events. Just put it on a little shelf and say past catalogs. It still has a lot of the same information. And actually what I did is I made little gift bags out of them. And they're super simple, and I can see if I can find the tutorial that I did for that, and I know other people have too. But you can turn them into super cute little gift bags and use those for either hostess gifts or shopping bags or whatever at live events. So don't let anything go to waste. Old Posh is still good Posh, and be sure to share it. You can, okay. I will. Oh, you can't? Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I bet with headphones on it would magnify how loud they're being, but they're actually in the other room now, so it shouldn't be too bad. I sent them away. So that is kind of the catalog stuff, housekeeping. Be sure to close out your parties by July 28th so that you don't have any glitches with the catalog switchover online. Make sure that you are staying positive and excited and always representing Posh well. When you're talking about the discontinuation of products and things like that, it's very easy to share how disappointed or bummed out you are. But we don't want to do that with our customers. And even within our team, we want to be really encouraging each other to stay positive and excited about it. And trust Posh, trust that our company knows what they're doing and that they're releasing some really awesome products for us. So just try to stay positive about all of that stuff. Does anyone have questions about that, about discontinued items or about the catalog switch or anything like that? If you want to unmute, you can ask or pop it in the chat if you need to. You have like 75 of them. Well, that's a fair amount of catalogs. I would say hand them all out now. So that should be your challenge, is to staple a sample to every catalog and hand them out to random people. I'm giving you a personal challenge, Margot. I want all of your catalogs gone by next week. That's what you get for telling me you have 75 of them, because you shouldn't have 75 of them still. No, no, no. Dogs do not count. You're handing these out to living, breathing human beings who can potentially buy Posh from you. So that's your challenge, and I'm going to check in on you and hold you accountable. Totally am. So staple a business card and sample to every single catalog and go walk the streets if you have to. You have a question about Pink on the Brink, the switchover. Is it to be more green and also on trend? Yes. So Posh is always trying to look for new ways to be innovative and creative and on trend with everything. And not just products. So everything they do is really, really intentional if you look at it. I believe that they are not doing samples with each order anymore. Do not quote me on that. It's just been some chatter that's been going on because they've been having a hard time keeping samples stocked. I would not be surprised if they continue to not send samples. But I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe with the new catalog, they'll have enough supply for the demand and they'll be able to do the samples. But I wouldn't hold my breath on it. So, yeah, everything kind of ships from different warehouses, and each warehouse is kind of doing things a little differently, because some warehouses ran out of catalogs ages ago and other warehouses still have them. So. I wonder about it, Margot. They're only not distributing samples with all the shipments right now just because of a lack of supply. So it's not necessarily because they're deciding that's what's best. I think that right now it's a lack of supply, and I'm not sure that it's something that's going to, I don't know if it's something that's going to continue or not. I know that some warehouses have run out of samples, and that's why they're not sending them. So we will see. Hopefully they'll give us more answers on that kind of stuff too. Yes, exactly. So they announced Complexion Perfection so soon because they ran out. I mean, they don't have any more at this point already. And so instead of, I think it gains interest in Posh Night too. So, like, I know that they are really big on not leaking things early or telling things too soon, because it's supposed to be a big surprise reveal thing. But I think there's something to be said for these little sneak peeks here and there, because they see it and they go, oh, I should go stock up if they're running out, because I don't want to be without my favorite product. And so it's actually, I think, has the potential to really boost our sales this month if they're announcing discontinued items sooner, because I'm having a lot of issue, and I think some people do, where customers are wanting to wait now until the new product comes, or people who want to sign on as teammates are kind of waiting now until the new product comes out. So I think that this could help counteract some of that that's happening, because if they fear that their products are going to be discontinued, then we might see a mad dash to go stock up on them, and that'll help our sales. And it'll help balance the ones who are waiting for new product. So, hi, welcome to the call.
Charlie.
She's here. So we're answering a few questions right now about just the catalog switchover and what that might look like, and products and ideas and things for that. So, did anyone have any other questions about 2 questions? Okay, Margot, what's up?
How does she text?
She's typing in the chat box. So there's a chat feature. If you're on a computer and you scroll your mouse over to the left side of your window, a sub menu should show up. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm mouseless.
Interesting. I wonder if you touch the screen, does anything come up?
It just has the microphone, the telephone, and then the camera.
No, keep going left, over on the side, on the left side. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
Way over on the left?
Yeah, if you keep going left, there should be, or towards the top.
I'm actually pointing at my screen. That's not helping you at all.
No. There's
way over there.
Yeah,
the blue box that has like lines. Yeah.
Hit the
Click on that. Click on the blue lines, the blue with the white lines, and then it'll pop up on the right side.
I think it should be the same on a tablet. Yes? Do you have a chat box, Doris?
I found it. Yeah.
Yay!
The arrow. I had to find my arrow.
Yay!
But then I lose everybody, and it's kind of fun to see who talks, because you don't know what.
It'll
people
come
sound
back.
like.
It'll come back after you.
It comes back
type.
after you're done. Yep.
I guess I'll mute myself again now.
So Margot had 2 questions. Her questions were about the catalog. Where did you go? All of my chat stuff disappeared. Questions about the catalog. I think she said something about having a lot of samples of discontinued items. So again, Posh is still Posh, even after it's been discontinued. So, oh yeah, and then sending out samples and catalogs. So the best way I've found to send out samples and catalogs, if I'm shipping it, is to get, I have pink poly mailers that I got off AliExpress for super cheap. I also have a link in the P3T group to another mailer supply company. I think it's Value Mailers.
Value Mailer.
Yeah, and they have pink poly mailers too. And you want to get a bigger one. Like I think it's like a 9x13 maybe. Yes, there you go. It's the bigger size one. And then I stick it in there with a sample and ship it out. It costs me, I believe, $2.10 to ship a catalog and samples. And that's to anywhere. So it's $2.10 or $2.30 to ship. And as far as doing a lot of old samples, I ship as a package when I ship. I do a small package, first class, and it usually comes up to $2.10 to ship it. Because the weight, yeah, don't do it as a large envelope. Do it as a package. And it's super cheap because the weight, if you do it by weight, the weight is, I believe, 4-5 ounces, even with a sample in it. So if you ship first class in just a poly mailer, say it's a package, and it ships for $2.10 to $2.30. So that helps save a little money. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that 60 cents adds up fast when you're shipping out 70 of them like Margot's going to be doing. Well, if you ship online, I use PayPal to ship. You can use USPS.com to ship. You save money shipping online and printing your own labels. So yes, it always costs more to ship in person. If you ship it using PayPal.com or USPS.com, you're going to save 50 to 60 cents. When I have to take it into the post office last minute, like say I'm having a printer glitch or something, it always runs me 50 or 60 cents more. So do it at home using PayPal or USPS. Yes, so you can ship via PayPal even if someone doesn't send you money. You log into your PayPal account, and then in the URL bar, you do paypal.com/shipnow. So SHIPNOW. And it will come up and you can create your own labels for anyone. Yep, that is the link right there. So you can use that to ship. And they also, PayPal has updated their shipping, so now they have padded flat rate envelopes. They didn't used to. So if you ever need to send like a really big package of samples, like say a hostess pack or a recruiting pack or something, and you want it to get there really fast and make sure they get it, padded flat rate envelopes are now on PayPal as well. And I think they're only like $6.10 for your padded flat rate envelopes. So yes, and you can get the USPS.com, you can order them for free. They'll just send them to your door. That's what I did. I ordered a ton of shipping supplies from USPS and got them all for free delivered to my door. But definitely ship online. Do not take them to the post office. You're going to get charged 50 to 80 cents more to do it. Yes, only priority mail packaging supplies they'll send you for free. And they're not going to send you the tape and labels and stuff, but you'll get the envelopes or boxes. And you get to select which envelopes and boxes you want for that. So anytime you're shipping a catalog, Margot, if you're doing it at home, if you're sending just the catalog in an envelope with, say, 1 or 2 samples and a card, you're looking at a 5-ounce package. So, yeah, okay, so if you don't have a working printer, you kind of have no other option unless you want to go to the library and print for 10 cents. But then at that point, you're kind of defeating the purpose of the convenience. Yep, legal envelopes are fine. The only reason I use a poly mailer is because I can get it in pink for super cheap, and it's a little more flexible, so I can change the shape of it a little if I have to. So, yes. So send out old samples. If you've made a bunch of samples of product that's being discontinued, or if you just ordered a bunch of Complexion Perfection samples in the portal, that's okay. They're still Posh products, so use those. Or if you have a vendor event or whatever, and you want to give people samples to take home with them, give them that. Because sometimes, like, I know I get Ipsy bags. I don't know if you guys know what an Ipsy glam bag is, but it's $10 a month, and you get 5 little cosmetic or skincare or beauty products, usually sample size, to try. So sometimes I'll get things like that. Like I got this lip color that I absolutely loved. Like I loved the feel of the crayon and I loved the brand, but the color was awful. Like straight up, I don't know who they thought should wear that color, but not me. But I loved the feel of the crayon, and it was a long-lasting smudge-proof crayon. So I went out and I bought it in a different color. So that's the same thing that we're doing here with samples with Posh. Like we're giving them a product. They may not be able to get that exact product, but we're representing the brand. They're still going to get to have an interaction and an experience with Perfectly Posh products. So they'll know that they like the products and what Posh as a brand stands for. So we want to be selling them on the brand, not just a specific product. So having samples from the old catalog, absolutely you can still use those. Yes, Doris?
I can't type, it's up here. You were talking about like the mailing and printing. Is there any way you can kind of make something up and put it in the file? I'm a little lost on what you were talking about because I live in a little town. I've never done anything. Like, do you get a weight then to weigh your packages, or you guess?
You can get a little kitchen scale. So I have a kitchen scale to weigh mine. Now I just know how much stuff weighs based on what I've put in it because I ship the same kind of package so often. So I know that a catalog, a sample, and a card is going to be about 5 ounces. But that's just because I've shipped that a whole bunch. But you can get a kitchen scale for $10 on Walmart, at Walmart. And I use that, especially on packages that I don't know how much they weigh. You can guesstimate, but if you do guesstimate, guess high. Because if you don't put enough postage on it, someone else is going to have to pay the shipping to pick up their package, and that's frustrating. So
you just do you said you order the envelopes and everything from them? That's the thing. Can you, like I said, I'm pencilless right now. I'm trying to remember all this. But
so I will. I'll put shipping info up, and I'll give you. My recommendation is ship through PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, ship through PayPal. You can get all of your priority mail envelopes and stuff like that from USPS for free. They'll deliver that to your door. If you're using poly mailers, like I like the pink ones, but you can get any kind. You can get
Yeah.
those on Amazon, AliExpress, valuemailer.com, anything like that to get those bubble mailers or whatever you want to use. But you just print the labels out. I just print onto regular old computer paper from PayPal. I just create my little label and then I hit print and it prints out on computer paper, and then I just tape it onto my package with packing tape and stick a cute little inspirational sticker on it and send it out. I just stick it in my mailbox.
Because
and it
I
goes.
know I'm going to have to send out more stuff since they're not going to be putting catalogs now in orders, correct?
For now, at
So,
least. I don't know. They haven't said that
and
they're doing away with it forever, but I'm thinking it might happen.
and so it's something that I need to start doing more of. You know, around here, a lot of them, they all come and stop off at my work and get it. But, you know, I've been lucky. A lot of people ordered stuff before I even had to, I mean, without samples or anything. So they've always gotten catalogs. Now I'm going to have to get them to them. And I don't want to, and I've got a lot of people in my group that I want to send samples with the new stuff that's coming out. So I want to,
You know,
right now, it's getting anywhere from $3 to $4 when I send it. So I need something cheaper.
yeah, no, a catalog and samples should not be more than $2.50. So we will cut you guys. We will get you some shipping savings going. That
Okay, that's what I need.
that will be
I need
good. Yeah, I
good.
know. But I actually, in some ways, think it serves us as consultants that they're not getting a catalog in the orders. Because this job is about relationships, and you're going to do a lot better if you are the one that's reaching out to them and sending them the catalog with a little card saying you're thinking of them. I think it's a personal touch that sets you apart from other consultants, and I think it's something that'll make the customer remember you more than if they just get a random catalog in their order from Posh. So I think in some ways it forces us to be more customer service friendly, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
So, all right, let's talk Posh Night, the actual Posh Night, and what you can do to generate excitement leading up to that. So, obviously, not everyone can be there in Chicago, but you can generate a ton of fun excitement ahead of time and get a lot of good orders for your Posh Night event. That would be awesome, Margot. I would love to see you there next year because I'm pretty much planning on being at every one of them if I can. So I explained a little bit, but Posh Night is basically where we're unveiling the new catalog for Posh. They're doing it in Chicago at PremierCon. It's on the 29th, and it all happens live. So those of us who are there will be live streaming it, and there will be tons of updates on social media from Perfectly Posh themselves, too. And you're going to want to create an actual event for this for your customers. Yes, there are. So if you go in the academy, the Prep Academy, and if you go really, the Posh Box is so good. I don't think people realize what a resource we have there. You can look at past videos and video clips and stuff from Posh Night and past resources, and it's like a treasure chest of information in there. And I would encourage you to do that. Watch past videos and see kind of how it's run in the past. And they do it a little differently each time, but the general idea is the same. And you want to be doing a live event for your customers, whether it's in person or on Facebook. You want to be doing a live event with your customers. And you want to hype it up to them just as much as Posh is hyping it up to us as consultants. Like, this is a huge opportunity. My biggest party to date was my Posh Night event back in February. And that event did over $1,500 in one event. And it's a huge opportunity for you guys. It kind of creates this momentum going into the new season, not just for sales, but also for recruiting. Because if you look at my team size before Posh Night and after, it exploded right after because there was just this fresh burst of energy into it. So you guys can create that and use the momentum. And Posh Corporate really helps us because if you look at their social media pages, they're posting a lot right now about Posh Night and about little teasers and hints at upcoming products. Anytime Posh posts something like that, share it in your VIP group. Okay, so you need a VIP group. If someone's watching this that does not have a closed VIP group, that needs to be step number one, high priority this week. Create a VIP group that is closed and that is for your VIP customers. The reason it's closed is because in our policies and procedures, we cannot offer discounts or sales or free shipping or the next 3 people who order from me will get a deluxe sample pack. You can't do that on your business page or on your personal Facebook timeline. Those kinds of things can only be done in a VIP group. The only stuff you can share in a public venue like a business page or your timeline would be deals that Posh Corporate has put out themselves. But if it's anything you are offering above and beyond that, it needs to be in a closed VIP group. And I would recommend doing, even if you do an in-person Posh Night, I'm going to talk about both options here today real quick. Even if you do an in-person event, I would recommend also doing a Facebook event in your VIP group. So whether you're creating an event inside your VIP group or you're just posting it to the wall in your VIP group, you want to be doing something that day in your VIP group. So we did have an idea from someone else that did it this way last time. She did a live in-home Posh Night where it was almost like a viewing party. Like they all came over to her house. They connected the laptop to the TV and they followed the Instagram and Periscope and stuff on her TV so that everybody could see all the live updates and stuff on the TV. And it was like a movie night, girls' night, and they were having a Posh and wine night at her house. So it was a live in-person event where they all got to see the products be released together while doing Posh stuff and drinking and eating and having fun. But then they also were doing Periscope from that in-person event so that her Facebook group could also be involved in being there. And so she was posting updates in her Facebook group while she was also hosting her live in-person one. So the reason why is because this is a big deal. There's going to be a lot of stuff released that night, and it's the busiest night of the year is Posh Night. Those 2 nights are the busiest nights of the year. They usually finish, or the last one finished, I want to say like 8:30 or 9 o'clock p.m. And then the site went live at like 10 p.m. and it was crazy. As far as Rebecca, you asked doing a separate Facebook event or just doing it in your group. I don't think it really matters. There are benefits to both of those. Yes, so you want to open a Posh Night event through Posh. So you're going to want to go into perfectlyposh.com/VO for virtual office, and then go to the events tab under My Business and create a new event, name it Posh Night, and then share that link with everyone. So that's what I was going to suggest. So I do that. So people generally do not get pissed off at posting overload on big events like Posh Night. If you're doing something like that regularly, yeah, your VIP group's going to get sick of it. But if they know Posh Night is coming, they're not going to get annoyed that you're posting a lot about Posh Night on Posh Night. So exactly, they're watching for the end of month stuff because they want the sales. They want those flash prices and those deals. So correct.
So
what was that, Doris?
will that be going on? I mean, they're going to be having the end of the month stuff going on at the same time as Posh Night, or is that going to be beforehand?
It'll be no, it'll be simultaneous. It's going to automatically be an end of month thing because it's Posh Night. They're going to be offering a lot of exciting deals. We're going to have a lot of graphics. We're going to have a lot of social media posts. But yeah, people like posts when there's a reason for it. So if you're just randomly posting a bunch of crap about Posh all day, yeah, they're going to probably not want to follow your group a whole lot. But if it's something like Posh Night where they're announcing new things and it's exciting and there's deals and giveaways, and you as a hostess are going to be doing games and giveaways and prizes, and hey, if you interact here, you can earn entries to get some of this new product that's being released tonight. Comment on the product that you're most excited about. Maybe I can send you a deluxe sample of that when you're done. Like, we're engaging with them, we're interacting with them. I don't think it's going to be a problem to put that straight in the group. I did last time. I did not create a separate event for it. I did everything straight in my group, and everyone was very, very receptive to that. Now, if you have an issue with that, you can always create an event inside your group, because there is an event tab inside your VIP group, and that's also still good because they're going to get a notification that you created the event, and then anybody in your group can see the event and join if they want to, even if you're not inviting everyone. So it's totally personal preference. For me, things like that, I like doing it in my group where everyone can see it, and I let them know up front, hey, I'm going to be posting a lot about Posh Night because this is exciting. It only happens twice a year. I'm going to be giving you some killer deals, and we're going to be playing some games. Come hang out with me. It's going to be so fun. And generally, people don't get pissed. They get really excited. Yeah, that's the thing, Rebecca, I've noticed too. If you do an event in the group for like end of month or really anything, you don't get as much interaction. So when I went to Italy, I considered creating an event to do Italy, to do my big Italy party that I did while I was there. I considered doing an event for that, but there's just not as much interaction because it's hidden. People don't really see it, especially on mobile. You don't really see the events from groups. And most people are mobile, so they're not going to see it. So for me, on these kinds of big deal things, I say do it straight in your group. Let them know ahead of time. If you really feel the need to, put an album. Like I did my Italy party because I didn't want to just blast the timeline with everything. I made an album, like a photo album, and every post I put up a graphic or a picture into that album, so it all keeps it kind of organized. Yes, so you do not want to open the party until after the VO reopens. So what I did last year is I did two. So if you look at my event history, I had Posh Night and then I had Posh Night 2. And so Posh Night 1, I did the last week and a half leading up to Posh Night. And I did all of my sales and stuff to try to push people to buy before the catalog change to try to get some PV in before that. And then I closed that party. Yes, like a Posh Night countdown, basically. And then everyone who ordered on that event, I gave samples of new product to. So it was an easy way for me to keep track of who was ordering on that because it was all in one event. And then I could just go back to that event and send product to all those people. So you can do a Posh Night countdown event. That would be a great thing to even name it. And then, yes, you close the event the 28th by 11:59 p.m. I would close it sooner, honestly, just to be safe. Close it maybe 10 p.m. on the 28th. Let everyone know the 29th you're going to be opening a party event at like 10 p.m., 10 or 11 p.m. And I do recommend staying up to do that. I know it's a pain, but this is a big deal and really can get you some decent sales. So it's worth staying up late or set an alarm that you wake up and you do that. But set an event up right after the site goes live again and launch that. So I like calling the first one a Posh Night Countdown. So maybe do a Posh Night Countdown event and then close that the night of the 28th, and then the night of the 29th after the launch, go in and create your big Posh Night extravaganza, and then have people ordering on that with new products.
The site will be closed down completely until the launch, right? After
Yes.
Posh Night when the launch. So basically, up until everything is done, we can't put anything on there anyway.
Nope. So the website, it's completely shut down. You won't be able to access your virtual office that day. You won't be able to see anything. Yeah, because they change everything. They go in and they're changing everything. So the whole thing is shut down. You won't be able to get in at all. So anything you need to do, finish it up on the 28th.
Yay. What kind of games did you play?
Okay. I do a mix of games. I've kind of experimented with things along the way. I think in some ways doing games like a scavenger hunt, like a Posh scavenger hunt, or things like that, name that Posh, like those kinds of games. Yeah, go hang out in my group and check it out, except that it hasn't all been successful. So maybe ask me first which ones actually worked and which ones didn't.
Well, I mean, my group loves, I mean, anything with guessing. I mean, they want to up one on each other. And I was like trying to think of some kind of a game where, okay, what do you think is going to come out next? A BFG, but I can't figure out of how to do it, or, like, okay, well, the person that's right, first person that marks it will get into a drawing or something. But I don't know how they do it. So I can go onto the box and they'll show me actually a live Posh Night, so I can actually see how they do it in a way. But we don't know if they're going to do it that way.
You don't know if they're going to do it the same. But what you can do, so I agree, my customers love that. Like when I did the transition kit thing and I asked people to guess how much my company volume would be after the transition kit update,
Yeah.
I don't even know how many comments I got of people guessing what my company volume would be. I know, but people love it. It's fun, and then you get a prize just for guessing close. So that's fun. And so even with like these the previews, like Anne posted a picture of her holding 3 products or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You can post that to your group and say, okay, what's the green one? Tell me what scent the green one is. Anyone who guesses the right thing, like guesses an ingredient that's in there or whatever, will get a sample when I get my transition kit. So take the stuff they give you and make a game out of it. Like, just take that right there and say, if you guess one of the ingredients from the green package, I'll send you a product or I'll send you a sample.
Okay. 'Cause I think that would be a game to do.
I do
mean,
too.
Like I said, something that makes everybody, they have to watch to see what's coming next. Because, if they don't watch, they're not going to see what's coming next. Just like the Simon Says or like you said, guess the Posh type thing. If they're not paying attention, they don't get a draw or an entry into the drawing.
Exactly.
My people went crazy over those games, and they kept on asking for more, and I had none to do anymore.
I know. And Posh Night, you'll have a lot to be able to do that. So like, you can even do I wish they gave us like, hey, we're gonna announce the Big Fat Yummies next, and then you could be like, they're getting ready to announce Big Fat Yummy hand cream. Who can guess which ones are coming out? But they haven't done that in the past. But if they do that here, like if I'm there and I see a little update, I will let you know. I also, because I'm there, I'm going to get room drops. And so they're going to give us new product from the new catalog. And yeah, that would work too, Rebecca. But I'm getting new product ahead of time.
Say Kayleen's room drop.
Yes.
Party saying room drop.
Well, and so I'm thinking I can take pictures of that and send it to you. And then you can make a guessing game out of it. Like I can take a picture of the front and then people can guess what kind of a product it is. Or I can just open the container and they can see what it is and they have to try to guess what it is. So we can, we can do some of that. I'm glad to take pictures of product and send it to you so that you can add some games to that. Okay, I totally will. Anything I see there, really, I'm going to be trying to like collect intel and send you pictures and previews, and that way you can kind of share that stuff too.
So we're going to have live from you, probably live from all the other uplines, plus live from Posh Talk, right? Or Perfect Posh.
Perfectly Posh.
Computers.
You need multiple things set up. Yeah, I found that last time from my own experience, I just hopped around on different channels because some people were updating faster, some Periscope feeds were choppy, so I just kind of hopped around to whoever was on and actually posting something I was interested in. I'm excited to actually not be on the road for this one because I feel like I'm going to get to experience it a little better than I did last time. But yes, I'm going to keep you guys updated too, so anything I can think of to help you guys come up with some games. But definitely, yeah, join people's groups, start following people now on social media. Head over to Periscope and start following our business development team, Perfectly Posh, Judd Bateman, Chad Reiser, Chelsea Erickson. Get all of the main people and follow them on Instagram and Periscope especially. I know they're also on Snapchat quite a bit. So I personally don't do Snapchat a whole lot.
I've been doing it a lot, and they've been doing it. They've been having some funny things on there.
They do a lot on there. They're very good with social media. Again, I think our company has a leg up on some other more established brands in direct sales world because we have a young, hip, fresh development team, and they are very relevant. They're very current on social media, using all the newest apps and using them effectively. So I think we have a big advantage there. Okay. Ginger, after I get off of here, and you too, Doris, can you post on the thread where I posted this link? Can you post and remind me to give you those resources?
Oh, for mailing?
Yeah, so for Doris, the shipping stuff, and then Ginger, the list of the groups to join. Because as awesome as I am, I have a really bad memory. And if I don't write it down, I don't remember it.
Well, one of the things too that you were saying like that you're getting all these drops, you're going to be doing stuff with us by me throwing out your name and being our leader and how you really make our team connect for Posh Night also makes my people that are thinking on the line about joining like, hey, this is just not you, this is a whole teamwork type. I
I
think
think it's a huge benefit. It was for me. Like, I know, like, it wasn't just Carissa I joined under. It was because I saw all of the other people that were involved with her. Like, we're not in it alone. And yeah, I think that that is a big bonus for your people that are maybe sitting on the fence to see, hey, I'm getting this from my upline who's in Chicago. Hey, I'm getting this from my other upline who's over here. Like, we're all doing this together and we're helping each other. So I do think it's a benefit. So Posh Night event, so like an in-person event. So we had talked about kind of a Facebook event. You're going to want to do, I wonder if I can add you guys to my last one so you can see it. You're going to want to do some kind of live element if all you do is a Facebook event, even if it's just getting on Facebook Live or doing like a 2-minute video, just introducing yourself to them. People want to connect with you, and I'm finding that in Facebook events, parties where you're on video talking to people do a lot better. They just feel like you're live with them and you're connecting with them. So however that looks to you, if you're not comfortable getting on Facebook Live, that's fine. But do a video and post it in there anyway.
they will in a couple weeks when I talk about it.
That's right. That's right. I keep putting up video challenges because people need to get on there. Yes, 1 minute. At regional, people prefer quick ones so that it may be an option. So that's what I keep telling people too. 2-minute or less videos. Videos should not be more than 2 minutes. I know, Doris, you're looking around. I see you checking that out up there on the ceiling. It's hard. I know. It's hard for me too.
I think if I do live because people ask me questions and then they go off on the other things, and that's the hard one.
Now, live
I
is
also-
different. Live,
Yeah,
you can
but-
do a good 5 or 10 minutes, I would say. But for a pre-recorded video,
I'm getting better.
you are. They're much shorter, and I'm working on it too. My videos, it is so hard to get them under
I
3
get too
minutes.
excited.
I do
I
too. I
wanna
want to tell
talk
them
about-
everything.
Oh, look at this. Oh, did I tell you about that? It's like
Yeah.
now that I mean, it's going to start back over again. What I'm so excited for about getting the kit is I've got 2 kits that I can do a video a week with, and I used to do them about every other day because I got so excited I had to show everything, Now I can spread it out a little bit now that I know kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, you do great with videos, and I feel like I can't wait. Doris is going to be doing one of our team trainings coming up, telling people some tips on sharing product reviews through video. But it would be really, really cool to do some more videos. So all of my challenges are that, like 1 to 2 minute videos. So when you do a Posh Night event, make sure that you're including videos. And yes, Margot's doing a training on the mechanics of doing videos in a way that's accessible to everybody watching, because we want people in all communities to be able to understand what we're saying and what we're showing them. We want Posh to be available and accessible to everybody. And a lot of times in
Margot's
videos,
awesome.
yeah, and Margot is really good at explaining. I have learned so much from her.
Light behind me.
If you look at my original videos versus now, like even as I'm talking to you right now, I try to keep my head movement down. I'm trying to keep my face head on to the camera. I'm not doing a bunch of distracting movements. I have almost a blank, background. Um, and I'm glad to be more aware of that. And I think most people would be. So Margot's going to be doing an upcoming training on how to do accessible videos for your customers and for team. So that's going to be good. But definitely do videos for your Posh Night, whether it's live or a 1 to 2 minute video. And I'm not talking product and product knowledge and all of that kind of stuff. I'm talking about relational videos. I'm talking about take a minute. So some of my most successful parties have been the ones like my Posh Night or like the one Justine actually joined from. It was a You Deserve It event that was very heavy on the video side of things. And it was really just relational videos. I did, of course, some about the products, but a lot of it was just like, here's something that's really special. You matter. You're important. You deserve it. Like, go do something special for you and post a picture of yourself in the comments doing it. Like, I want us to get away from so much salesy stuff and get back to building relationships with people. And if a sale happens, then awesome. Sale happened. But I think the primary purpose of our interactions should be relationship. And so especially with events like Posh Night, I think you're going to just naturally as a byproduct see success with your sales when you're connecting with people better. So do videos where you're connecting with people, even if you're just showing them what you're doing that day.
I'm watching her drive.
I am too, watching them.
She's
Hello,
driving.
Justine, driving.
Hi, she's waving. Hi.
So you're
Yes,
in person.
look, like, where are you driving to? It looks like long, like corn. Long.
I'm coming home from work, so I didn't want to miss it, but unfortunately I had to interpret a whole lot today, so.
Well, I'm glad that you made it, Justine.
Thanks.
So a live Posh event. So Facebook event, pretty much like a normal event. I would recommend doing it in a group setting. And if you're going to do it in an event, do it in an event you create in your group. But I would say just do it straight in your group. Include videos, do a live element if you can. And be up to date on all of the social media that Posh is putting out that night and share it live immediately and start a Posh Night event as soon as the website goes live again. And consider doing a Posh Night countdown event leading up to that. Be doing games that are interactive and fun. Just get people talking. Don't even do a whole bunch about Posh. Like, you can make a theme, like out with the old, in with the new, and just create some fun, interactive lifestyle posts about that. Like, when was the last time you had a major life change? Like, what was it, and how has it changed your life, Like, I just moved into my new house. I bought my first home, and that's like a big deal for me right now. So here's some pictures of my house, and what's the last major change you had? Like, so it doesn't even have to be necessarily Posh. It can just be change. Okay, so I am going to have to hop off the phone. I just looked at the time. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'm sorry to be so abrupt about it, but we can chat some more about any catalog transition stuff you can think of if there is anything. But let me know. And yeah, my kids are going crazy, and I was supposed to get off here 10 minutes ago, and they're like, come save me. So I'm going to get off here.
Caleb.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the time. I could talk to you guys forever, but we've got to go, and I can chat with you. If you do have more questions, though, post them in the comments on that thread where I posted this link. Okay? Good night, guys.
Night.